All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and this is your weekly Xur loot and location PSA. He is on EDZ in the Winding Cove in his one of 3 locations. All right. As far as exotics, he has the Prometheus Lens, the Trace Rifle. This thing is actually not half bad when it comes to ad clear and stuff. You don't really see it a whole lot, but it is actually pretty good. There was a time when this was actually really nasty in PvP, but the special ammo economy right now makes it pretty tough, and it's about to get even worse. Well, they have some adjustments. We'll see how bad it is in Season 17. Next up, we have the Bombardiers, a hunter exotic that's pretty rarely used. It's a eccentric exotic, I'll say. This role is has a really good distribution, but really low overall stats. So average, I'd say. The Armamentarium has pretty good recovery and decent resilience. 65 overall is not bad. The mobility is a little bit of a throw. The discipline's pretty good, which is obviously ties into the power of this exact exotic where you get double grenades. So that's actually a pretty good role, I'd say. Probably worth grabbing. And then we have the Getaway Artist, which is an exotic gauntlet that a lot of Arc Warlocks quite like. This role is pretty weird with the high resilience, though, so maybe not the best role, maybe average at best. As far as weapons go, there's actually some pretty good ones this week. We have the 7th Seraph with full auto and Zen Moment. That's pretty average, I'd say. And then we have the Cyclists Smg, which is actually pretty insane. One of my favorite SMGs, and this role right here turns it into a real laser gun. The only thing I would like on it more would be like a range, magazine, barrel, and masterwork. So unfortunately it's going to be a little bit lacking in the range department, but the stability on this thing with dynamic sway and tap the trigger is just impeccable. It's actually a lot of fun, and I would highly recommend to grab this and use this, because in next season when Bungie further nerfs shotguns, SMGs are going to be extremely lethal, and this could very well be a top tier S tier weapon for PvP, so definitely grab that. Next up, we have the Wolf Tone Draw with Threat Detector Harmony. You can pass on that. Deafening Whisper, auto-loading, pass on that. This Iota Draconis, I'm not a big fusion rifle user, but this sounds like it's insane, especially because Bungie just nerfed 2 perks, and neither one of them were these, but this one actually does add stability and accuracy, and this was also a really good perk for fusion, so this might very well be a god roll. I'm not enough of a fusion rifle connoisseur to determine that, though, but I would say this is probably worth it, and definitely is going to tear it up in Crucible this week, so I would grab that if I were you. I'm grabbing that myself, and we'll see what the charts are like this weekend for the Iota Draconis in PvP. It definitely seems a bit fishy that this got thrown in there. I'm a little bit laughing about it. I think Bungie pulling some strings behind the scenes. We've got the Temptations Hook with Relentless and Vorpal. Sword DPS, not particularly the best, especially with the caster frames, but not a half bad roll, I guess, overall. And then the Frozen Orbit, this is a bad roll. Not worth grabbing. The armor for the Hunter was actually really bad. The armor for the Titan and the Warlock were also pretty bad. You can find substantially better armor in a variety of different end game activities, so they don't give Xur necessarily the best armor all the time, but every now and again there's a little gem in here, but not this week. As far as the exotics go, we have a Hawk Moon with Quick Draw, which is not the best perk that they can randomly roll with, but not the worst either. And then we have a Dead Man's Tale with 4 times the Charm, which we all know Vorpal is the real go-to for this weapon, so neither of those exotics particularly worth grabbing this week. And that's wrap on Xur's loot and location PSA. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe with notifications on, smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.